Hi guys, it's me, Miss Ballum. It's Friday, May 1st. Wow, May 1st. So I'm doing the video a little bit different today, just because I kind of want to show you exactly the process of writing a IHAM poetry. So I'm going to give you a few days to kind of to do this, okay? So you've got today and then a couple of days, maybe next week. I'll still post on next week, but it won't be anything too difficult. So I really would like you to put some effort into writing this IHAM poem. So basically, I made my poem years ago, the one that I posted the other day, for a course. I had to do it. So I only had the kind of final copy, and then I changed it a little bit in the last week. But I don't have my lists, okay? So I did make lists, but for some reason I don't have that part of it. I just had the final copy. So I kind of tried to recreate my lists. So you were asked this week to make lists. So some of the lists were items found in your home, items found around your yard, around your neighborhood, names of relatives, sayings, names of food and dishes that remind you of family gatherings, names of places you keep your childhood memories, family traditions and stories, song titles or lines from songs that are important to you, games, activities you played as a child. So you made lots of lists, and now what you're going to do is kind of pick from each of those lists and make them into the lines of the poem. So first off, I want to tell you that nothing is set in stone. So if you want to add things to your list or take things out, that is totally fine, especially adding things, okay? So if you think you could use a better word or make it more descriptive, please do that. And you do not need to use everything on your list, okay? Just use what you want, basically. So I'm going to show you my list. This is a little bit weird. Maybe I'll put it up like this, okay? Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe. So this is my list, okay? And what I'm going to do is, from my list, I will jot down. So I'm looking at my list, and then I'm just going to write a line, okay? So I'm going to take one item from the list, from the items found at your home, and then I may take another item from items found around your yard, and then I may take an item from my neighborhood, okay? And they're all just going to you're going to put them all together, and it's going to make a really neat poem about you, okay? So I'm going to take, from my home, I'm going to take children's books and chocolate puppy dogs that are found in my yard. So when I was growing up, I had chocolate labs, so that's why I added that, because they were always roaming around the yard, okay? So my first line is going to be, I'm from children's books, chocolate puppy dogs, and fresh strawberry pie, okay? Because that's just something we always made at my house. Okay, so that's my first line. So I basically took children's books, that's items found around my home. Items found around my yard were chocolate puppy dogs, because I grew up having chocolate labs, 2 of them. And then strawberry pie, because that's just something that reminds me of family gatherings or of my childhood, like a food that was kind of a special food for my family. Okay, so my first line is, I'm from children's books, chocolate puppy dogs, and strawberry pie. Okay. So my next line, I'm going to start again with I am, okay? I am from, so let me see, can I do this? Does that make sense? So I'm making my list, there's my list, and then I'm writing it over here. I'm trying here, okay? I should also note that I have a meeting tomorrow, a staff meeting, and I'm hoping to find out if I get to connect with you through video conferencing, through Zoom. Possibly, so I'll find out more about that tomorrow and let you know. Okay, that would be kind of cool for those of you that would like to do that. Okay, so my next line, I'm going to put, I'm from a Dutch accent. Okay, so that was from the sayings list, I think, for me, because my grandmother had a really thick Dutch accent. Okay, and then I'm going to put a homemade treehouse, okay, because I had a homemade treehouse. and New Kids on the Block. Okay, because that was like the group that I loved when I was growing up. Okay, so I'm from a Dutch accent, a homemade treehouse, and New Kids on the Block tapes, I might even put, because that's what I listened to it on, was cassette tapes, and you might have to Google that to find out what that is. Okay, so now I've got 2 lines already. I've used 6 of my items, or 6 of my things from my list, and you basically just keep doing that. And some of the lines you can have 5 things if you want, and some of them you could have 2. Okay, so for me, I put that I put my grandparents' names, I put just things found around my yard. You could put song titles if those are important, things you did as a child, anything you can really think of that kind of reminds you of your childhood and that's kind of significant to kind of where you've come from. And it doesn't have to be all good things, okay? It can be things that are not positive. If that's where you come from and you want to share that in your poem, that is totally okay, okay? So basically, I want you to kind of just put mix your lists together, basically, and make lines for a poem. And, if you really are confused, take a look at the samples that I did share with you yesterday. Take a look at my sample. And if you have any questions, please email me. I'll be checking my email all day tomorrow through the weekend. So if you're not sure, let me know. If you want to share yours, share it with me, let me know. And like if you want to share even just a few lines to kind of make sure that you're doing it right, you can always do that as well. So have fun with this. I'm very excited to see what you come up with. And I think you're going to really like when you finish it, because you're going to be really proud of it, I think, and it's going to kind of represent you. So yeah. I think that's it for today. So it's not due anytime. It'll be due kind of like middle of the week, maybe end of next week or something. So I'm going to give you a couple of days to work on it. And I totally can make suggestions. So if you want to share it with me through Google Docs, do that, okay? And I can give you some feedback. I don't mind. Okay, thank you. Have a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday.